Are you going through a storm and the winds are blowing so harshly? You're dealing with a lot of change, with stress, finances, illness, feeling rejected, depression, loneliness, relationship troubles? Are you dealing with some parenting issues or family drama or unemployment? This is Jewel Diamond Taylor, and I know that many of us, when we are going through something really rough, we turn to symbols and pictures and things that will ground us and anchor us in our faith. And many of us will turn to the cross, and some will go to the ocean, some will look at a photo, or it could be a dove. And for me, one of the symbols that really fortifies my faith and gives me strength and helps me to be resilient during a storm is a palm tree. Simple as that. Whatever the weather condition, the palm tree is not affected in any way until it's cut down. And the enemy to your peace, your joy, and your faith only wins if you're cut down. You know, sometimes the rain doesn't come for a long time for palm trees. And maybe you've been in a dry season for a long time. What I've learned is that the palm tree has a very acute sense for finding water. Yeah, its roots know how to find the water in dry places. It also stores up water in its trunk and in the fruit that it produces. So even in a desert filled with hot sand, the palm tree survives the scorching heat of the sun. You know, as you deepen your faith and you produce fruit and you store up your faith, and you store it up in the trunk, in your core of your being. You store up the fruits of the Spirit. You know, the fruits of the Spirit like love, kindness, self-control, and patience and faithfulness. When you store up in the Word of God, you're able to draw from that well. You're able to deepen your faith and drop an anchor and know that you can get through it. Because storms are going to come. And when storms come to shake and sway a palm tree with great force, nothing happens to the palm tree. It just stands. And people who are flexible and know how to bend with life's twists and life's storms, they tend to be healthier and less stressed than those who are not able to withstand the storm. We have to learn how to be steadfast, unmovable, and unwavering like a palm tree. I want to remind you today that whatever storm you're going through, be like a palm tree. You can bend, but just don't break. Stand. And if you feel like you're breaking and being beaten by the harsh winds of stress and finances and world issues and the economy and violence and unemployment and just the things, the vicissitudes of life, then learn how to be resilient. Bend, but don't break. I am reading from my book, How to Be Resilient in the Shifts and Storms of Life. I wrote this book after my son made his transition from cancer at 38 years old. And I had to learn how to bend and be resilient and not be cut down. I wanted to learn how to maintain my joy, my peace, and my faith. And sometimes it's wavering, and sometimes I'm in a dry place. But because I've stored up the Word of God and I'm constantly producing the fruits of the Spirit, read about the fruits of the Spirit. When you can produce that, you have something to draw upon when life gets crazy and the winds are blowing hard so that you can stand. Thank you so much for listening and sharing this message. Be sure to visit my website, jeweldiamondtaylor.com. And if you'd like a copy of my book, How to Be Resilient, you can order it in ebook format or I can mail one to you.